and his song is called "The World That I Bring You Into." So tell us a bit about your song, Ryan.
It was a song that I just became a father 7 months ago, and at that point was just full of inspiration to write about everything about my daughter. And after she was born, my mind just started to wander and think about what this world is going to be like down the road for her. And it's funny when you tell people I'm going to sing you this song about my daughter, and this song that I wrote, everyone thinks, oh, it's going to be this really beautiful, happy, emotional, fulfilling, upbeat song. And it actually kind of goes to dark places. It gets real, and it talks about some of the real issues in our world, and especially having a little girl, the need for gender equality, the fact that we're still battling racial issues, the environment, and it went quite real rather than being light and fluffy. So I think when I explain it or start to give the explanation, the audience has one reaction, then I say, oh, actually, but it's going to be quite dark, and then you get this but I like the way that it blends these fairly serious concepts with hopefully a voice that we can get behind.
Yeah. So do you find that how did you get influenced to write this song? Did you, I noticed you talk about the plastic bottles in it and
Yes.
Was it those images on the oceans of all the plastic floating? I know that's been...
I'm an avid surfer. I spent a couple years in Australia, got into surfing, got back and realized that you can surf on the Great Lakes. And when you're spending a lot of time in the water, you're exposed to it. You see the realities. I'm in the water a lot, and issues with plastic have just, for whatever reason, it was something that has always gotten to me. I've always wanted to see changes in the way that we use these single-use plastics, and I think that we can be making changes. And through my passion for music, thought I'd try to use my voice to make the argument a little louder, so that hopefully people start to hear it and start to make some changes, because the changes exist. We can be making changes.
Do you find that, are you worried about the fact that people are so overwhelmed with environmental issues that they might not want to listen to songs about this?
It's possible. That's where hopefully you write a catchy song, and hopefully people can, a lot of times we sing a song, and I remember when I was young, I would be singing a song, I had no idea what I was actually singing about. So hopefully they get into the groove of the song, and maybe after they've heard it a few times, then they start to go, oh, this is serious, and and maybe by then hopefully I've already hooked them,
Yeah. So when you write your rapping sections, how do you write a rap? Do you just, is it like a poem, and then you just read it and then try and make it rhythmical, or?
Yeah, in grade 6, my brother made me a mixtape of Wu-Tang Forever, pretty serious rap album that I should not have been listening to in grade 6, but I was instantly I was blown away by the rhyming and the rhythmic intensity of how this could be spoken, and the kind of the art form within it. And so I would say it's poetry, and it's recognizing what syllables to emphasize, and I love the idea of trying to fit together these rhymes and use that intensity to drive home the point.
Yeah. So how much of your set is folk?
Spoke folk. So it's the idea is it's spoken word folk. That's what I'm getting at here, and it was actually, I was fairly driven by folk, playing acoustic guitar, and it was only recently I ventured into this once and tried it out, and a few friends of mine they received it really well, and they said, you should be doing way more of this. A lot of people aren't doing something like this, and this is kind of a way to, this could be you. So it's relatively new. I'm incorporating it into more songs now, and having fun with this idea that you've got a verse and a chorus, and then you either slide in the spoken word part. To be honest, another song that I wrote, the first one was a song called Roads We Used to Drive, and it was a song, I was trying to tell the story of the Great Lakes surfing scene, and I had heard a song on the radio that had a great flow to it, and I thought, I'm going to write something like this, and I love hearing something and then taking that song and basically modifying and turning it into something that I can, that's my own, and use that as inspiration. So that was the first one, and with lots of feedback, and I just kind of kept going, and I've had really, really good feedback, and I love writing it, because like I say, I was listening to it when I was 10 years old, and it's an interesting blend of folk music and spoken word or rap.
It's really good to have a handle too, because in the industry people always want you to so what do you play? What kind of music do you play? And you can just say that, and if you can own it. So it's actually probably going to be really useful in your career, I think.
Fingers crossed.
So I also really love the name of your project, Tides on Earth, because when you Google that, the description is really cool, and then it goes with your surfing too. So everything's like it's environmental without tides. It's about the moon and the sun and the earth, and so it's all really connected. It's really neat.
It is. It came to me, and I'm a Pisces as well, and with my experience in water and the way waves can be measured through music or through water, there's connections all throughout it, and as a teacher, as an educator, I felt the need to put a name to my project. Some of my students were finding me online, and I just felt a bit of a limit for how I could, almost a limit on my freedom of speech, because I had young eyes and ears potentially watching, and they're way more tech savvy than I am, so by using a different name, it kind of hopefully gives me a bit of a safe area to play in.
Yeah, you can't go online dating then either.
No.
No.
I don't need that though. We're good.
Gosh,
they're all right here.
All right. Well, awesome. Do you want to play your song?
Sure. Alright, so this is a song called The World That I Bring You Into. It's about that kid right there. I can't explain how it feels. It's unreal. It's unreal. And on a Monday morn, this baby girl was born. It's surreal. It's surreal. The news hardly shows the world I used to know. Not real. No, it's not real. And how do you say what there is in a way? Keep it honest and true to the me's and the you's. All the intricacies of our efficacy makes it hard to achieve what we need to achieve. We need to achieve. Ho! Polluted seas of waste, plastic bags erased to landfills all around, all around, all around. And it's a scary thought to think that wars are fought over egos and oil, oil, oil. It's time to demand that the woman and man be treated equal, equal, equal. Why do we still see color? Is it just me? We're all just people, people, people. How do you say what there is in a way? Keeping on honest and true to the me's and the you's. All the intricacies of our efficacy makes it hard to achieve what we need to achieve. We need to achieve. Oh! Talk about change, and then things stay the same. Actions speak louder, louder, louder. And by the time we wake up, will it be too late to shake up the voices of power, power, power? Okay, and all this packaging and disposable waste makes me feel frustration and haste for the wrapper we use for a single taste, to the way we treat this planet. Does anybody else share my concerns? I can't stand it. Plastic is killing us, but we can't ban it. GMOs in our food, let's make more, we can can it. My daughter will one day look back, damn it, and question a lack of regulations and how our government ran it. And I'm guilty of it too. Everything's a race. We consume and consume until there's no more space. And this whole thing, inconvenient truths I sing. Now I'm a dad and a new voice does ring, and I worry about the world that I bring you into. So I'm gonna do more, keep a clean shore, turn up this voice until it's a loud roar. And when it seems like there's nothing left for me to do for you, I'm gonna do more. How do you say what there is in a way? Keep it honest and true to the me's and the you's. All the intricacies of our efficacy makes it hard to achieve what we need to achieve. We need to achieve. Oh!
Gosh, that's great. Okay, Lindy. I've known Lindy for a very long time.